I would like to call upon Kudzini, who's going to represent the Anyani family, to come and say a few words, please.
Hi everyone.
One, two, one, two.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm standing here because Mr. Casey was my uncle, Bambiki. And this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because I never thought I'd stand here talking about him in the past tense. To many, he was Casey, as how Uncle could I said, he was Killer, he was so many other things, but to us as a family, he was Mr. Casey, he was Uncle. He was also a friend, and he was family through and through. I've known Mr. Casey since I was 16. Half of my life I've known him. And like many relationships, we had our moments. You know, when he first came into our lives, he was married to the youngest of my mom's sisters, so it was the fun uncle. And boy, did we have fun. Like many relationships, we had our moments. We fought, we made up. That was us. That's what family does. But I can stand here and say that I can never not remember once that my uncle wasn't there for any key milestones. Not only just for my life, but for our siblings' lives. From the moment I graduated, from the moment till I got married, he was ever present. Present for my little sister at her prom, present for Tawana Hussein Hatina Musha, pushing him and his talents, present for Talia, Ethan, and Tyler. He was just always there. That's the version of Uncle Casey that we knew. He showed up time and time again. There was a time for everything. There was a time of fun, and there was a time of whipping. And I know many of my siblings can attest that Mr. Casey had many friends and many uncles. There were many eyes surrounding us. That anytime we stepped out of line, he would call because there was someone who called him to tell him where we were. That's the type of uncle that he was. He wanted us to stay on the right path. He loved so deeply, and those that knew him, everyone that is in this room can attest to that love because you're here and you're present here today. And as a family, we truly appreciate that. I want to be honest, Uncle Casey was human, right? Life threw plenty his way. And yes, people have things to say. I think it's already been captured. But those of us in the room who truly knew him know that his love was deep. And as Uncle could have said, his loyalty was unwavering. He had a big heart. When it counted, he showed up every single time for his family, for his friends, and for his beautiful children. And one thing I admire the most about my uncle, whether I liked it or not, he got me into events. He liked to bring people together. I remember when he did his festival, Umoja, which means togetherness. This is Umoja. This is the togetherness that he wanted. That was his ministry in his own way. He was good at bringing people together. And if you knew him, you know that there was one thing that he always did. He took action. I have had many conversations with him where he would think of an idea and he would do it, which is such a rare ability. And hopefully that can encourage some people in here that although his life was lived short, he made sure that he exercised everything that he had in him. And we can all learn to take some courage for that. I know Mr. Casey's infectious smile, laugh. I'm sure many of you know about it, right? Every time he was there, there was never a room that was so down. His laughter filled every space and his humor lifted us. His presence reminded us to live fully. And today, looking at his kids, my brothers and my sisters, we see his legacy. We see him, literal copies of him. And through you, His Spirit lives in your joy, in your courage, in your love. And Uncle Casey's life wasn't about perfection, it was about presence, it was about love, it was showing up again and again, as I said. And from the bottom of my heart, I just wanted to say thank you for showing me that you can live a life and you can live it to the fullest. I think if there's anyone who lived life or showed us how we can live life, it was Casey. Casey was, there's just so many that I can say, but I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for coming here. I just wanted to thank the families and the friends that have supported us. Thank you so much for helping us to remember the uncle that we knew, the uncle that was always there for us, and the uncle who loved us unconditionally. Thank you very much.
I'd like to call upon Kumbirai Chipaza, who's going to represent the Chipaza family. A big round of applause, please, for the good man.
Seems like yesterday we used to rock the show. I laced the track, you locked the flow. So far from hanging on the block the dough. Notorious, they got to know that life ain't always what it seemed to be. Words can't express what you mean to me. Even though you're gone, we still a team. Through your family, I will fulfill your dreams. In the future, can't wait to see if you open up the gates for me. Reminisce sometime, like they took my friend. Try to black it out, but it plays again. When it's real, feeling's hard to conceal. Can't imagine all the pain I feel. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death. I need to believe. My thoughts big, I just can't define. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Us in the States, shop for new clothes and kicks. You and me taking flicks, making hits, stages they receive you on. Still can't believe you gonna give anything to hear half your breath. I know you still living your life after
death. Yeah, that was my young brother, Kudzai. I just want to say, all protocols observed. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, the Anyani family. Thank you, friends, relatives. Yeah, Kudzai, I don't even know where to start. The way you know I would think about him, that's what he was when he was 2 years old. So, he was the life of the party. He was the life of the party. Kudzai was the most intelligent in our family. Very, very intelligent. Kudzai was someone who, he was 3 years younger than me, but he would be playing with my friends when I'm not there. That's how he was. So on the 14th of May, Kudzai called me, we FaceTimed. I was in Germany, and he was like, but it was a Saturday. But you're coming, you said you're coming on the 23rd. Why don't you just come on Monday? Like, just come on Monday. And for some reason, I just came on Monday. So to me, I'll never cry for Kudzai, because I'm sure right now he's laughing at all of us, like, yeah. It's hot in here, yeah?
Yeah, you'll be laughing and saying, I know it's hot in there. But
in the past 3 weeks, I've been with Kudzai, I've been with his friends. I felt so much love for him. I feel he knew he was going. I think I've heard so many testimonies from people that were very close to him during the last days. And I'm happy that I was able to spend those last days with him. To Bev, to Tyler, Ethan, Talia, the Hanyani family. Kudzai is gone, but the Chipazas are still there. The Chipazas are still there. We are family. Now, it's very difficult for me to say this, but I'm going to say it. For the last time, I will never be called KC again. I give that name to Kudzai. He can take it. Kudzai, you are now the new KC. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know that food will be served pretty shortly once we've gotten through our program. Would like to call upon Kumbirai Chipaze, or rather, begging your pardon, call upon Sekuru Nyashanu, please, to come and say a few words.
I'd like to start with thanking you all for coming here. Kumbi is just Mzukuru Kumbi. Ataura Zese. KC. Most of his friends, they all call me Sekosini. I'm sorry guys, Kudzai is no more, so I'm no longer a Sekuro, but I'm still a Sekuro. Kudzai, just a brief. Kudzai was very intelligent. Scientists, they call someone who's got 5 senses, Kudzai at 7. Kudzai will come to my house and leave you happy, and the next time you leave you very sad. That's what I was saying. But he was for saying, Sekuru, I'm sorry. So Kudzai, rest in peace. Well, guys here, please enjoy Kudzai. Celebrate Kudzai's time. Kudzai died at 29. I'm so sorry, baby. Where's baby? Tyler, your Babankuru, I think you just said Kudzai is gone, but the family is still there. When I say Kuru Tichiripo, when I'm where are you? Kudzai, Kumbi, look after the family. Bababu Abakusira, Muri saying. Thank you very much.
A round of applause, please, for Sekuru Nyashanu, our last speaker of the day. I don't know if you're feeling like how I'm feeling right now. My heart, my soul is swollen with love. And you brought that here today. And you brought it here today because you knew deep down in your soul that Kudzai deserved it. Whatever his detractors might have said, not a single one of them had the courage to come and utter those words. Why? Because they would have been totally overcome by the amount of love that we have shown Kudzai. It is so easy to speak ill of somebody on the phone. You type out this, that, at his passing, and it hurts all of us. Yes, it hurts all of us. But when we gather together, when we find the time, the strength to get together, do we not feel a little bit better now? Don't we feel better that we've been together to show our love for KC? Can I, in finishing, if I know KC Kudzai the way that I do, If he was standing here and he saw sad faces, he'd probably look at me and say, Kels, go, what have I done? So I ask you, before the day is done, to smile, to laugh, to dance, to celebrate all the things that he always wanted us to do. KC, as far as I'm concerned, will live forever. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm sorry. Please, the food is now ready. So as you can see, we are so many in this room. Please, those that are standing, if we all kindly go out, then we'll just come in systematically so that everyone will be able to eat in a good way. Thank you very much.
You know they are not there for me. I'm denga, I, Malifus, I, my God, say, oh, good, I, I'm